Good evening, folks, from Delano, Minnesota, for this district game for the Mpls Bantam B1 Black squad. They are facing this Delano Tiger team that comes in actually top ranked in the district. This is the first time the Storm are seeing this team. This late in the season is kind of unusual not to have seen this, but they play Delano basically twice in 1 week, as they will face them next week as well at home. Storm are coming off of a win against Osseo Maple Grove White last week. And they've had one practice this week and otherwise a light week, and now they are facing a weekend with 3 games. So tonight they will play tomorrow afternoon in a non-district game against Matamidi, and then another district game against Wayzata Blue on Sunday. So this will be a tough test for the Storm. This Delano team is quite good, and Storm will have their hands full, but certainly capable of winning this game if they can play well tonight. For those of you listening from other parts of the country, thanks for tuning in. And if you're not familiar with the Twin Cities area in Minnesota, Delano is I hesitate to call it a suburb because it's a good 35 miles from downtown Minneapolis. This is the furthest away. The District 3 that the Storm play in is rather geographically dispersed, and this is the furthest away that the Storm have to travel for a district game. Town of not sure, I believe about a 5,000 or so on northwest of the downtown Minneapolis area. And we are ready to get underway here. Delano is all set. Storm are coming to the bench here, and they're going to start off with O'Day Hutchins and Scoria, it looks like, on the front line. So shaking up the lines a little bit. I think that is because Archie Reardon may be out for the night. He did not look to see whether he's out there tonight or not, but he fractured a wrist earlier, and he was at practice, so still able to practice, but it looks like he may not be playing tonight, so a little different lineup. This one's knocked into the offensive zone by Griffin O'Melia. Here's Delano trying to break it out, but intercepted by Colin Moose. Colin's going to skate it in, trying to come in for a shot. He's knocked off the puck, and Delano then breaks it out, and they let get behind, and not a good sign with the defense already, as they had a mistake there, but Delano unable to take advantage of it. This one is dumped down. That's going to be an icing call on Minneapolis, so we'll come back down into the Delano offensive zone and face off with just underway, 13:34 left here in this opening period. Face-off won by Delano, but chipped away by Jackson Gaston. Now it's battle in the neutral zone. Eventually knocked away by Jackson. Again, Jackson's going to just throw it toward the net. Kept in by Griffin. Griffin backhands it down in. Beck keeps it in. Now Will Marsh throws it back in. It's loose in the crease or the slot, and Beck can't quite get a stick on it. Now here comes George over. Now it's knocked all the way down. That should be an icing call. And it is. So we'll come back down into the Storm offensive zone for a face-off here. O'Day, Scory, and Hutchins back in on the front line. This one comes out to Cam. Cam sends it around the boards. Comes out to James Meyer. James tries to fire one and misses, and able to still backhand it in, though. Nice job by Cam to take his man down. Now here's Otto wrestling in the corner. As Colin comes over to help, it bounces around, comes across the goalie's face, and knocked out of the zone. Now here comes Delano again. Nice job by Cam to throw his man off. Now Collins going to chip it ahead to Ben Scory. He goes off for a line change. Ben's going to just chip it down in. As the Storm get a new line in. Outlet intercepted briefly by Tyson. Now knocked all the way down in, and Ben Just steers it into the corner. Ben Just in goal today. And I see Archie Reardon is out there today, so I think it's just Coach Dake just looking to shake things up a little bit. So normally Archie is on that front line with Colin and Otto, but looks like he's been moved over to a different line, and Ben Scory steps in on that front line. Now here's Will Marsh, Archie, and Colin Moose in there on the offensive side. James Meyer wrestles that one away. Now it's picked back up by Delano. They backhand it toward the net, but it's deflected away. Here's an outlet to Colin Moose. Colin tries to get it ahead to Archie, but intercepted by Delano. Now Beck with it. Beck backhands it over to Will Marsh. Will just sends it off the boards and down, and George Lego is chasing his man down, trying to see if he can wrestle it away. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out so far. As no real scoring threats from either team so far. Centering pass by George, but that's intercepted by Delano, and back they come. Beck lifts this one out of there. George chases it down. He's got Colin if he can get there, but Delano gets there first, and back they come. Cam outlets to George. Colin then gets it out of the zone. Ben Scory chases it down, but he can't get there, and that'll be an icing. That puck was rolling on its side, and so it had some speed going down there, and Ben Scory couldn't quite catch up to it. Nice idea by Colin to try to get him to the head, and a flipped on its side, he might have had an opportunity there. Oh, and this one's steered away by Ben. James Meyer tries to get it out, but it's kept in by Delano. James Meyer trying to scoot it out of there. Now it comes to Tyson. Tyson sends it across. Knocked out of there by Cam. Now Otto sends it down. Storm get a new line in. Now this one's intercepted by Will Marsh. Will tries to get in for a shot, but it's poked off at his stick, and back comes Delano. This should be an icing, and it is. So we'll come back down for an offensive zone face-off here with 8:14 left in this first period. Still no score. Shots are 3-0 in favor of Delano, but all three of those shots have been very weak shots. Ben hasn't really been tested yet. Now back comes Delano, but it's intercepted. Here comes Jackson Gastone. Now Will Marsh fires a shot that's deflected into the back wall. Oh, get it out to Will. Ugh. Now this one comes out to Beck. Beck sends it back down in. Now Beck with it. Comes to Will Marsh. Will sends it back in. A Storm go off for a line change. So Jackson will try to chase that down. Now back along the wall. Colin comes in. Now out to Griffin. Oh, Griffin tries to fire one, but he misses on the shot, and Delano almost had a breakaway. Here's a shot that's blocked by Cam. He chases it down. Delano then centers it out, and there's a shot right at Ben. Nice save by Ben. And there's a goal. Storm sloppy with a puck in their defensive zone, and that's what happens. They end up giving up a goal. So Storm down 1-0 early here. Storm still without a shot on goal. Now here comes Otto, trying to bring it into the zone. It's kept in by Tyson. Now Otto with it, but that is poked away. Griffin keeps it in. Archie sends his man against the boards. This one goes off the side of the net. Now Beck comes in. He's able to keep it in the zone. Now we'll see if the Storm can do the same thing, if they can keep it in the offensive zone and get an opportunity here. This one right out to Archie. Oh, and Archie flips it over the net. Archie got in there deep and had an opportunity right in front of the net, but flipped it just a little too high. This will be an icing. So we'll stay down here. So 5:55 left in the opening period as the Storm fans get riled up, try to rally their team here. See if they can get a tying goal here. Will Marsh on the face-off. That one comes to Delano. Yeah, this one's knocked out of there. Cam with it. Sent across by James Meyer. Now this one's knocked out of the zone as Jackson tries to chase it down. Comes back to James. James back to Colin moves. Now Colin skates it in. He reverses around, still has control. Now he gets it back to Jackson. Here's Jackson stepping in. Oh, loose puck in the crease for a second, but Will couldn't get anything on it. Lifted out of there now by Delano, but it comes to Beck. Back over to Griffin. Now it's going to be an offsides on Delano. That was called by the official over on the other side. I think it was the right call, but interesting, the official right in front of it didn't call it. Now here's Colin on the face-off. This one comes back to Griffin. Griffin now tries to skate it up, but it's knocked off of his stick. Goes all the